air, water, earth, fire. You've heard the stories of avatars Kyoshi, Roku, Aang, and Korra. But it's time for new stories to be told. In every era, there are those who threaten the balance of the world, and those who seek to maintain it. With danger looming around every corner, what new stories await, and what heroes will rise to the challenge? Welcome back to Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes, Campaign 2, the Roku era. I am once again your GM, Josh. I am joined by my wonderful friends, Oz, Morgan, Cass, and Megan, for our 10th session now in this series of characters. And if you don't know where we are, or for whatever reason started here, you can head back to previous sessions, or you can get a very quick recap of what happened from somebody here. Somebody who I think is Oz's turn?
I'm abdicating my duty to my cat.
Okay, so, alright, your cat will tell us what happened last time.
Good.
I thought Oz was gonna make cat noises.
Absolutely not.
Meow, 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 meow.
The only important thing that you're going to need to know from last episode is Arbor Day hates Josh, and what was it?
And everyone's traumatized except Kenren.
And like, Zay has not done a politic, and fire bad, knife good. That's it.
New merch coming soon.
Alright, anyway, so yeah, that's the recap.
No, hang on, I got this. I can do it. We having freshly solved the caper of the stolen meteorite. We spend a few days relaxing in the Fire Nation, enjoying the symposium. When Enya and Rorik each got mysterious letters from their mysterious backstories. And then, catching up from the session before that, we had Zay also get a mysterious letter. Kenren doesn't get mail. And the gang is all invited to visit Star Terra. Well, Zay's invited, and Zay says, I'm going to bring my new weird friends. So we all agree to go to Star Terra. Kenren finally sees that Star Terra is not a cult. But the adults are missing, and the children are left to be attended by slightly larger children. The adults return after being away for hours, and there's some ooky spooky shit going on. The Fire Nation is threatening to shut them down because they house children of all the nations instead of just the Fire Nation. Because racism. Enya discovers some artifacts of the past, which Josh has not described yet, and is about to do now.
Thanks, Oz. We left off on... Actually, no, I lied. We're not doing that yet, because we shoot off straight to the South Pole.
Southern water drop, baby!
The South Pole, where we see a very familiar-looking penguin otter who is just kind of alone this time, digging through the ice, looking for fish and other things, just kind of finding stones and such and grabbing them, putting them to the side, putting to the side, looking for something very shiny, finds something very shiny, grabs it, and then slides off to somewhere else. As we head back to Enya immediately upon discovering the contents of the rooms of the orphans. Wow, what a hard cut.
What a punch in the jaw for Morgan.
What a hard cut. Scoots is looking for something. Boom.
I was so happy with Scoot and Shiny, and then I'm like, oh no.
Yep. So, yeah, as you enter this room, Enya, as the kids are taking you there, you see covered in the walls are a bunch of like family photos, little like stuffed animal trinkets, things like that. A lot of it's got burn marks on it, and a lot of it is stuff that you recognize from having seen at one point, and then did a thing, and then left. Some of the people in the photos you recognize, and some of them you just recognize objects from the houses.
No. Hard pass. And I have a child next to me. I assume.
They were asking you. You were going to take them to read a book, to read books to, and tell stories. So I assume that there's at least a few kids with you.
Do I recognize any of the children?
No, you don't recognize the children. You just recognize the people in the pictures.
And they're older people in the pictures?
Yeah, presumably it's their parents, and they're not orphaned due to that.
Oh. I hate this. Okay. Why'd you do this to me?
It was your backstory.
I know.
How dare you use my backstory against me?
This just in: GM gets blamed for things players created.
Oh god, that hurts. Okay.
I think did Rorik go read stories with you? Yeah, so Rorik's there too.
Okay. I feel like in this moment, Enya would definitely freeze, as this is. It still hurts, because I'm pretty sure it hasn't even been a year, right?
At least since you abandoned it, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So. Okay. I feel like Enya's gonna freeze. And probably panic. And because this is startling. This is something that like I don't necessarily Enya does not want to be reminded of. And I think it takes her a minute to try and like recoup, and even then she's still shaking. But I think she wants to keep a straight face in front of the kids from, the other part of the backstory that we're not going to talk about right now.
All right, give me a roll to focus to rely on your skills and training.
Oh, goody! Focus is my highest. Oh boy, didn't even need it. That's a net 12 without a +2. So with a +2, that is 14, baby.
Oh yeah, everything looks fine. Everything to everyone else, you seem perfectly fine.
Damn, and he's a good actor. Okay. I think I can justify that with the fact that I think she's had to hide all of this for so long that it's kind of like second nature to her.
Because that's how you determine who's a good actor. You wait for someone to confirm that they themselves are good actors.
Hey Josh, are you a good actor?
No, that's how you know I'm a bad actor.
Oh no.
What about you, Oz? Are you a good actor?
I'm a good liar.
That wasn't the question.
I know.
All right. Anyway, moving on.
Okay. I think in her moment of freezing, I'm assuming her mind travels over to the excited little kids that are by her, and she tries to snap out of it and tries to get back to reading her book, or reading the book to the kids. Please don't tell me that this book's going to be traumatizing too.
No, it's just a regular book. I don't know why it would be traumatizing at all.
Mm-hmm. Sure, Josh.
Rorik, you're also there. Are you doing anything? There's nothing in this room that you would recognize or anything. Enya seems fine. The kids are all listening to the story.
Uh, yeah.
Great. Okay. Just want to read stories and such.
Yeah.
All right. Rourke and Enya continue to read stories to the kids in a very upsetting environment for Enya. As we shoot down to the kitchen where Kienren and Zay are helping make and set up dinner for the members of Star Terra with Ambassador Naru.
Correction. Genrin is helping the children harass Zay,
Oh, I see. Okay.
like throwing like carrot peels at her.
Well, okay, Zay, you're being pelted by carrot peels apparently, and other discards of fruit and vegetables.
Josh, can I roll
Hold on.
to like catch some of them and put them in the soup?
Carrot peels?
Hey, you don't know how the Star Terra kids do it. Sure, roll with focus to rely on skills and training, because I'm sure this has happened before.
We throw in the peel of the banana for texture. Also, we're orphans
You said
inside.
focus, right?
Yes, focus.
13.
13. Oh, you catch it easily. You're not even looking. You just know it's coming, and you're just like grab, toss, grab, toss. Nothing's
You're
new
gonna
here.
throw it at me. It's going in the food.
So you're making the meal when I guess, is there anything you wanted to ask the ambassador or any of the other people who are there before I guess dinner is ready?
Aside from
You said they
where
wouldn't
were
talk
you? What
to
the
us,
fuck
though,
was
right?
that?
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that, Megan?
I think you said they wouldn't talk to us until it was dinner.
Well, she said she wouldn't discuss what was going on until dinner, but you can still talk about other things.
Okay. Is it the ambassador like around where we're cooking?
Yeah, the ambassador's there cooking. So is the Hane, right? Yeah, Hane as well, and some of the older kids.
Is the embassy in the Earth Kingdom going to be affected? Like, can they just go to the Earth Kingdom?
Well, I mean, the Earth Kingdom embassy might have to take on some more kids. They're already at a pretty high capacity right now, so it'd be a shame to overload them and such with more kids. But it might be the only option we have. There are some other orphanages, of course, inside the Earth Kingdom that we could place them with, but it'd be nicer to have a first-hand knowledge of things going on.
Right. Does everyone know? Have you sent messages out to people that are traveling?
Oh, we've sent messages to the other embassies and such so far, but not to the other members on their journeys. Not yet.
Do the kids know as we're cooking and they're all standing around us?
Do we know what? Says just one of the random kid. Do we know what?
Zay just pointedly looks at the ambassador like,
They know nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's fine. We'll just goes back to cooking.
Real Santa Claus of a situation.
You finish preparing dinner. The ambassador calls everyone down. You all get together for this huge meal. They've separated all the little kids off to their own table because they're throwing food and making a general mess. And so it's just the four of you, the ambassador, Hane, and the two older kids.
As Kenren separates from the children, she says, and that's why Father Klosta and his team of flying sky bison come down from Sky Earth.
Oh no.
To bring a small gift to all the good little children.
Okay, so
Pat.
Kenren is piggybacking off of Sky Earth. to state that Father Klosta?
Yeah.
I guess. Well, okay, so I guess that counts into your category of making things, but like with a little asterisk of based off of a cast asterisk of Sky Earth, or connected to. I don't know. It'll be like a little tree thing. We'll put like a yellow string instead of a blue one.
We're gonna make a graph at some point.
Yeah. Insane. Anyway, so yeah, now you're all eating together. It's the 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 of you. No, 8 of you at one table. All the kids are off on their own eating. Generally making a mess and just being loud.
So now are you going to tell us if the capital is going to firebomb the orphanage?
Now, firebomb is a very strong wording. I don't believe they'll firebomb the orphanage.
Are they going to gently firebomb the orphanage?
They're going to
Firebomb is still
dragon
those
fire the
words.
orphanage?
Okay, hold on. Let's be clear.
Are they going to use fire on
Right.
the orphanage?
My gut tells me no, but like I was saying, actually I couldn't even say anything. So what I was going to say is there's like the political divide going on between those of us who want to expand Fire Nation influence, those of us who want to sort of bring in other cultures, and those of us who like to isolate the Fire Nation. The isolationists, there is one general in particular who is a bit more outspoken, is sort of, I guess, kind of in charge of Star Terra. We fall under his purview somehow. Who's telling us that we need to either get rid of Star Terra or at least excavate anyone who isn't from the Fire Nation originally. Yes?
And yet, I'm assuming there's bread on this table, correct?
Yes, there's bread.
And yes, full-fledged, stuffing bread in her mouth so nobody can see what's going on with her.
Kenran reaches for bread and it is not there because he's just
Roll after roll after roll after roll.
Well, the effort of trying to conceal that something's wrong by stuffing your face with bread would then make everyone aware that something's wrong because you're stuffing your face with bread.
yes,
mean,
Josh,
okay.
but it's fun.
So how about I moderately stuff my face with bread?
Everyone else has one dinner roll, and Enya has all the others.
But it makes sense because Enya decided to eat all the bread at the feasting.
They weren't there for that.
Kenran attempts to
So
steal a
Enya
roll
wants
from
bread.
Enya.
Just has to steal a roll. But yeah, so it's we're solving it. They've been giving us different deadlines and such. And we've been trying to get some support from Princess Zaysan and but she hasn't answered us. And a few other people. We've been trying to get support here and there.
That doesn't even make sense though, because some of the Fire Nation or the fire bending kids aren't from here. That was the whole point, right? Of like the embassy orphanages is that kids get displaced. That's ridiculous.
That's very true,
And
but
also you're
they don't
seeking
see it that
support
way.
for what exactly? To help move the kids out faster or to prevent that?
Well, a little bit of both, I guess. Hopefully, the worst case scenario is, of course, move the kids out faster. But with some more political sway, we might be able to assuage the Fire Lord from some of the general's opinions and such. It's pretty big debate, so they called us in an emergency council meeting to sort of plead our case. we're supposed to hear back within a day or so.
They want to take down everything that this place has spent the past 100 years building, like knowledge connecting people.
Well, I have to assume the best that they aren't, but worst case scenario.
So, what are you guys going to be doing in the meantime?
In the meantime, I guess we'll just have to continue as business as usual. I mean, as you can see, we only really have Hayne left here teaching. All the everyone else has been moved out for other reasons, different offers and such, and a lot of our kids, some of them have already started their journeys, much like Zay has, and I know Maza and San are both close to starting their journeys. So it's just the small ones that we have to figure out.
Do you have a strategy in place to try to fight against this?
No, we haven't thought of anything yet, unfortunately. We're a little busy with all keep trying to control, and suddenly you just hear like something shatter in the other room.
Yeah, because I think having 2 adults for this many kids is a bad idea, but fair
It
enough.
is. You seem terribly understaffed. That being said, it feels like focusing on the small issues of a broken dish here and there feels like shirking off or at least delaying your responsibility to find a longer term solution to keep these children safe. It feels like you're focusing on small manageable issues versus trying to get a head start on this large impending issue that is just going to snowball into a larger and larger problem as you sit here and scrape carrot soup off the floor.
I appreciate
All due respect.
I appreciate the counsel, but and I see the logic in it, of course. But there's not much you can do when most everyone has played a lot of their cards already, and we used up a lot of ours to make sure that our kids could explore the world how they wished without any real impedance from anyone.
What's the princess doing? You mentioned the princess.
Oh, well, we sent a message to her asking if she could come and sort of help fight our case with us and things like that, because she's a huge fan of the nations sort of working together in harmony. But she hasn't said anything back yet, and that was a week or so ago when we did.
Pause. Josh, how fast does mail travel here?
As fast as a bird can carry it.
This
Yeah.
answers nothing.
Back in season 1, insert clip here about
Doing that.
the mail problem.
The mail problem in one place.
The mail problem 300 years ago in a different location.
Yes.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
No, it probably to get from the Fire Nation to where Princess Zaysan is wouldn't probably take a day and a half to reach her. So by now they should have heard something for sure.
Okay. Cool.
What if we try to send some letters and see if maybe we can reach her?
I say we do better. I say we send a human messenger. Or perhaps 4 or 5 human messengers.
Who's the 5th one?
I don't know, if one of your friends, Hayne, the ambassador, wanted to come along. Maybe an orphan for sympathy points.
So, to be clear, you said 2 people, horribly understaffed. Let's take it down to 1 or 0.
And then I said 1 or take 1 orphan off their hands to do like a Sarah McLachlan plea.
with a human person. Just
Orphans make people sad. Sad people want to not be sad anymore. How do we make not sad anymore? Help the orphans.
You
Pull
say
out
to
a
a room of
whiteboard.
orphans. Like,
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Then turn to the kids. Orphans make people sad.
Orphans make people sad. Going in the notes. But Josh,
Yes.
would Princess recognize me?
The princess might recognize you. Yes. The Fire Lord wouldn't. The princess maybe. She had a little different purview than he did in terms of just like sociability.
Yeah.
Sociability. Yes,
And-
Oz.
No, just piecing together Morgan's backstory a little bit.
All right.
Would someone that I don't necessarily want to be there be there?
Definitely not. The opposing sides would be the two.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm not running into someone that I don't necessarily want to run into, you know?
Yeah. As far as you know, they wouldn't be there.
That makes it sound like they're gonna be there.
Well, as far as your character can tell, different sides of the political scale. So why would they be anywhere near there?
I guess. Okay. I guess in that aspect, Enya would be for it, going to see the princess.
I'm happy to go, but what would you need us to say at this point? Like, do you think the princess can actually stop something like this, or at least prevent it from being so drastic?
Well, I mean, the princess does have some political power, being, of course, the princess of the Fire Nation. So she does outrank any of the generals and would be able to veto any of their plans. The Fire Lord, of course, can outvote her, but at the moment, he's sort of just fine with delegating it down to his generals as to what they would like to do.
Of course he would be.
He seems
Okay.
more concerned about other things.
Do you think it's worth trying?
I mean, anything is worth trying.
We had thought too about sending the kids to the fire sages if we couldn't find you. Is that like a feasible place for them to wait this out?
I mean, the Fire Sages are not not supposed to be affiliated with the political climate. What's going on? I think it should be a safe enough place. Toroku is often there, so the kids
I
should
feel like
be safe.
helping displaced children should be apolitical. I just feel like that's not a political issue if you are helping children without homes. It
It sounds
shouldn't
like
be.
they don't view them as children, though. They view them as outsiders.
We turn back to the children's table and see one with the equivalent of a crayon in their nose.
Yeah.
A mighty warrior. I tremble.
Also, for many of the children, Star Terra is their home. So
Yes,
But
but
most of us.
if Star Terra go away, children have no home now.
isn't that the case for most families if the home goes away?
Okay, but
Yes,
also,
but this home is imminently in danger.
it would be much better to displace the children in a place that, yes, is different until we can guarantee their safety. Because you don't know what in the world is going to happen. You don't know if it's going to happen today, tomorrow, a different day.
If they call another council meeting and you're not there in time, they could make a decision.
That is all true, and like I said, I've been doing everything that I can within my given power.
If we do go, do you have any other knowledge or understanding to arm us with on our way there? Or are we just supposed to show up and beg the princess for help?
Unfortunately, I've told you everything that I know so far.
So we're going the beg route. Find me the most pathetic orphan. Find me the saddest looking orphan.
You're gonna trek an orphan, a child, through God knows what.
We
Just
were in like a
Track. They get to
giant
ride on a flying
spirit.
bison.
have to babysit a child the whole way there.
I don't think it's a good idea to bring a whole child when random stuff has happened already with spirits.
Half
Yeah.
a child.
You don't.
No.
What'd you say?
Half a child.
You don't have.
I don't think that's a good idea either.
You have your own orphan inside of the group. That's from Star Terra. You
Yeah,
don't have
me.
to take another
But
child.
Yes, but look at Zay's bright and hopeful smile. We need a sadder orphan.
You finish eating, discussing possible options and things like that. And it turns into nighttime. All the kids go off to sleep. And Ambassador Naru goes off. Hane goes off. And the four of you are left alone wherever you would like to be. They never really assigned you a room to stay in.
I mean, Kenra's probably just gonna go sleep on Bison again.
I wonder if there's a way for Anya to go walk the halls without disturbing other people.
I mean, you've been trained to do stealthy things, so if you wanted to roll with focus to rely on your skills and training.
Guess that's true. Ooh. Okay. That's a 6.
Now everyone can hear you.
Damn it.
Kenran can hear you outside.
Okay.
You just every time you step, you just hear creak, 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 just creaks on the floorboard
building.
everywhere.
It's over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Well, is there any place that I could possibly get some alone time, but also to look around without disturbing anyone?
A place where you could get alone time but look around without disturbing anyone. No.
Damn.
Yeah, because I wanted to be in the library, like trying to look for things on the Capitol or political climate in the Capitol.
Rourke,
Kenran is just giving Bison some PLC. Getting ready for the journey to the Fire Nation. And Rorik is...
Rourke's on the roof.
I'm assuming there's a child sleeping in the one room that I was in earlier with the photos and stuff that I recognized, right?
yeah, there's a number. There's like 3 kids. There's like 3 kids to a room, so yeah.
And they're probably already sleeping.
Yep.
I don't know, maybe I will just sneak around, but like not intentionally sneaking around. Maybe I'm just walking.
Well, we've already established that everyone's hearing you as you attempt to sneak around, so.
I know. That's why I'm just like, I'm gonna just walk around. I guess, seeing as how everybody else can hear me.
Creak, creak,
I just
creak,
don't
at
wanna wake
walking
the
pace
kids.
instead of sneaking pace.
I just don't want to wake the kids.
None of the kids wake up, though. They're all very heavy sleepers.
Okay. Ooh, so wait, does that mean if I went into the one room that the kids wouldn't wake up?
Yeah, probably. It's just that
Cool.
Rourke and Zay and Enya can all hear where you're going.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go into that room.
All
It's
right.
fine. They don't know I'm going in.
Okay, you open the door, walk into the room where 3 very heavily sleeping, snoring children are.
Is it possible to grab one of the pictures and kind of just look through and flip through and see what's all there?
The pictures are like stuck to the walls. So looking around at the pictures, you see just like happy childhood type memories. That people would have pictures of. And you recognize that a lot of the kids, the ones especially of the people you recognize, are all former political figures within the Fire Nation. Not necessarily high up political figures, but they were on the rise, essentially.
Um, and the political figures, like you said, were the ones who were the parents.
Yeah.
Great. I guess, and I think we established this too, but the ambassador wouldn't know me, right?
No, the ambassador doesn't recognize you.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, if I have this in my notes right, Ambassador Nari is actually from the Earth Kingdom, right?
Yeah, I
Megan?
think that's what you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I guess then I'm gonna get out of there and I'm just gonna continue walking around. I don't feel like Enya's gonna sleep regarding the trauma of this place for her and just the thought of I have to go see the princess, or that's what her plan is.
All right, we head off to Enya, who is not Enya. We were just at Enya. We head off to Zay, who's currently in the library, looking through stuff.
Also, I was wrong. Ambassador Naru, at least from the like notes I had, is like the Fire Nation ambassador to the Earth Kingdom.
Oh,
so
I see.
She'd be
okay.
Fire Nation.
All right, never mind then. Okay, yeah. I'll still say she doesn't know who you are, Enya. Since she'll probably have been most of her time in the Earth Kingdom. Anyway, so yeah, Zay is in the library, looking through all the books of random things that have been collected over the years. Is there anything? Because you said you were looking for things on like the capital and such, right?
Yeah, I'd want like anything about the capital, or if there's anything, which is obviously hard to search for unless it's in the title.
Right.
But anything about like families that would be close to the like Fire Lord and the princess. Like just any kind of information about the capital, because I don't think Zay would have cared at all about politics.
For the most part, a lot of the books are useless and mostly for stories and stuff like that. You do find some books that mention things like Agni Kai and what that all details. And then you also find that like a weird little memoir of the Fire Lord and Avatar Roku growing up together, having shared the same birthday and everything. When it comes to families that might be able to help influence, it seems that a lot of that it changes so often that there wasn't a need to like write down anyone unless they did something very significant.
Yeah.
You do run across some names so yeah, you find some names related that are like generals and other political leaders of the Fire Nation that did very significant things related to like maybe like letting being more towards the guiding wind, being more towards isolationism. Some of them about designing like warships things like that. So you find names like KO, Meng Shao, Jace, and Eris. Those four names, they not that they've had the most influence, but they've done the most in terms of like the more recent years in the Fire Nation.
Does it give any context to any of them, or do I need to like roll for what I retain?
The first two names I mentioned, they mostly did things related to like furthering the Fire Nation's influence with the rest of the world. So very much on Firelord Sozin's side. Jace was very much for bringing in the influence, so like the guiding wind. And Eris was very much for the isolationism sort of situation of the Fire Nation.
Okay.
So what was the fourth name? KO, Jace, Eris.
Meng
Ming
Shao.
Shao.
So yeah, you get those four words, or those four names, and essentially where they were associated politically. But those four have been doing the most in terms of actively doing things in the Fire Nation.
Okay. Does it give any insight into where Jace is? Or like where Jace might be located?
Decisions decided. Jace was suspiciously found unalived.
Well,
There was no context as to what happened in the book given. It was just that he was under suspicious circumstances. His life ended. I was trying to remember all the actual like jargon that would be used in a book. That escaped me. Anyway.
well, bummer. Zay says that out loud in the library.
Hold on. In my squeakiness and walking down the halls, do I hear "oh bummer" coming from the library?
I don't. How loud are you saying it?
I'm probably just in the zone, like not perceiving anything. So probably like full normal tone of voice, like not whispering.
I'm gonna say libraries. I'm gonna say no. No one hears you if they're not in the library.
This is where my parents died, Raphael.
Cowabummer.
Yeah, a bummer.
What a weird comic book. Anyway.
I love Cowabummer so much.
All right. But yeah, that's what you get. You spend the rest of the night still looking through books, I assume. And then for, I guess, just for fun, I'm going to head up to Rorik, who's on the roof. And in the same vicinity is Kienren, who's packing up bison.
What are you doing up there?
Rorik is silently practicing his stand-up comedy routine.
Hold on, silently practicing?
Yeah, like, you know, have you ever like tried to memorize a monologue and you're just by yourself and you're just working?
Muttering the jokes to himself.
Just walking,
Yeah,
pacing along the
he's,
rooftop.
like, trying to figure out how best to word things and like what jokes he wants to add, how the order in which to tell them.
Yeah, so Cameron, you're looking up at the roof and you just see Rorik pacing along
Pacing
the
and
roof.
muttering to himself.
Yep.
On top of the roof. Okay. Rorik, if you need to talk. I know we haven't been friends long, but you are valuable to me.
Did you just call me a friend?
You are a person of meaning to me. I'm not
Oh,
going to do the spit hand thing.
come
And as
on.
long as that is a prerequisite for friendship, we will never be friends.
You'll warm up to it.
I certainly will not.
I can't wait for
You-
the final
you'll-
session when it happens.
You'll warm up to it.
Wonderful character build up.
We all just do it as a form of friendship.
Yeah, just at the very end. And then
What
the
are
one
you doing
person
up
watching
there?
this. Sorry.
Practicing.
Would you like help or an audience?
I would love that, Kienrin.
Would you like to come down so you can join? You can have an audience of 2, and Bison just kind of.
Sure. Sora gets off the roof to join Kienrin.
Kenron just kind of, as Rorik is coming down, not outside yet, Kenron's just like,
Why?
Kenron saw you pacing on the roof, muttering to yourself. Kenron got worried.
Rourke's gonna jump.
I might.
Not anymore. You're coming down here to tell jokes to Kenron and Bison.
He jumps off the roof to get down.
Air cushion.
Roll to rely on skills and training. Focus.
Shit. I don't have my dice ready. It's rely on skills and training.
Yes, focus.
9 + 2, 11.
Oh yeah, perfect. A nice, easy air cushion. It's more. It's like an air slide essentially. Rourke jumps down and then just gets like an air slide down to the ground.
He goes, wee! The whole way.
Kenron, just eyes blown, is very stressed.
So,
I need you to understand. I've been having a lot of thoughts about permanence and mortality of human beings lately, and I would really love to not have to worry about your safety like that. If I do not have to.
sure thing, dude. Pats on the back.
So
Thank you.
to the backdrop of a bunch of squeaking, as Enya is pacing around, Rourke begins their stand-up set to Kienren and Bison.
Go on, Cass. Hit us with some jokes.
No.
I was gonna let Cass off the hook.
When?
Camera pans up, sun comes up, camera pans down. Rourke, during the night, at some point, Kienren and Rourke fell asleep on Bison through all the stand-up. And you wake up, it's the next day. Congratulations. Kids immediately ruin your peaceful sleep as they run around yelling.
Does not phase Zay at all. Restful morning.
Zay's like, I got 2 hours. Awesome. Perfect.
Pretty much.
Oh shit, I just lost what I was gonna say.
Rourke was telling jokes in their sleep, by the way. I've decided.
I love that.
We cut
I
to a
think
sleeping
Enya's-
Rorik, and Kenren's eyes are just like gray underneath, just staring, 1,000-yard stare.
Kienren's inner monologue. I have to be respectful of my friend wanting to continue these jokes. I have to
I
listen.
can't let him jump off a roof. I have to let him tell his jokes.
I feel like Enya's not necessarily, because this is like the second time in a row that Enya has not gotten a full night's rest, but I don't think that's nothing new to Enya. She just still doesn't like it.
Yep. But yeah, so you all gather up in the morning, get on Bison, and head off to the air temple that presumably Princess Zaysan would be at. Did anyone want to say anything to the kids or to Ambassador Naru or anyone before they left?
I think I want to find San and Maza
Okay.
really quick. And I'm going to just tell them everything I know.
All right.
So they know everything that's going on.
As you're telling them, you see Maza immediately books it to go tell the other kids.
Knowledge is power.
San, very tiredly, is like, I was so close to being out of here. So close.
Right. I also want to encourage San to go find other friends, like find Jara or somebody else in the Earth Kingdom that can take care of them. Because they're an Earthbender, so they would get kicked out
Yeah.
fast. And they're very obviously an Earthbender. So, yeah.
All right.
And then I want to let them know that we're leaving to go try to help.
Okay. San asks about the whole steal an orphan plan.
Yeah, I think they decided to use me instead. So.
Just pat on the shoulder. Good choice. That was a good choice.
Thanks.
You do look the most orphan out of all of us, and then just walks away.
Fucking destroyed.
Stands there for a minute, like, yeah, okay.
I want to say goodbye to the kids that I've read to, I guess.
The kids fully don't remember you reading them a story. They had too much fun just being the kids, but they're like, yeah, it was yeah, and then they just ran off.
That's about right.
Right, you take off on Bison to the air temple that Princess Zaysan should be at. Eventually arriving there, it takes about half the day to get there. Upon arriving at the air temple, first off, a lot of weird looks, as some people never thought Kienren would be back. And in fact, I feel like upon leaving, Kienren said some either hurtful things or something along the lines of like, I'm never coming back here kind of deal. Oz, I can't hear you for
We
some
said something. We need to delve into. We have to delve into.
Alright, well, you all get some really weird looks, especially towards Kienren. But you land, Bison goes off and plays with a bunch of the other Sky Bison.
Now might be a appropriate time to mention. I perhaps didn't leave the temple on the best terms.
I don't know that this is what I would call an appropriate time. Certainly is a time to decide to tell us that. But
What'd you do?
Well, I might have had some choice words about sort of what I at the time viewed as apathetic and indifferent way of the air nomad lifestyle, and I might have in a moment of emotion slashed some ancient tapestries. Um, it isn't my proudest moment. I would unslash the tapestries. I'm not sorry about the things I said, but I do have this uncomfortable feeling with all the eyes on me, and I feel like that is a consequence of my actions. I was
There's gotta
kind of
be.
hoping they would forget after some years.
As you say
Uh,
that, you see like an older airbender walk up. Well, look who's come crawling back.
I'm on both of my feet.
Yeah, well, Kienren, it's good to see you again, I guess. Still, you remember when you said that my melons wouldn't grow? Look, and then they point off to a garden that's like got just it's all good, like perfect vinage, everything. There, now we got some fruit ready to go for the winter.
Oh, so did you change your growing strategy after I said that to you? So that your melons would grow properly this time?
My star fruit still tastes good.
You're welcome!
Wow, can't believe I could. The air temple is such a great place.
Let's find the princess and leave as soon as possible.
Look,
Oh,
Kinran,
I
there's
like
gotta
the
be like
flavor.
one person, right, that isn't mad at you.
It's pretty universal. The whole slashing the ancient tapestry and insulting the air nomad way was kind of a deal breaker.
Hmm.
At least no one that I know of would still be around that would really be in favor of seeing me.
Like they're dead.
No. Like I kind of wrecked my relationship with everyone. In we don't have to get into that. Let's find the princess.
uh, Heading off, looking around, you asking around and such, you find that the princess is just sort of hanging out somewhere, with a couple of other air nomads and Ryoshan, who is a master chi blocker in teaching a bunch of chi blocking techniques. Ryoshan is a air temple nun. Yeah, is an air nun.
Would she recognize me?
Yeah, but not like
Great.
in a negative way,
Okay.
because you never really interacted with her. She just saw
Great.
the aftermath of whatever you would like. You say something, watch you walk off, and then hear the other person complain about what you said.
Fair enough.
But yeah, she's there. Princess Zaysan is there. A couple other random airbenders are all there. In like the middle of a chi blocking lesson.
I I think you three should do the talking. I think I'll just wait by the door so that you aren't associated with me. I feel like it might give you a disadvantage to be seen with me.
I immediately, without hearing Cameron, want to go up to the princess.
Okay, you walk up to the princess. She bows out of the class as you walk up, realizing that you're walking towards her. Yes. Is there something I can help you with?
Okay. And Josh, we said that she would recognize me, or she
No, she
wouldn't.
would not.
Okay. Hello, Your Highness. I want to bow out of respect to Hello, Your Highness. My name is Inya. I come with my friends to ask a great favor from you.
Okay, and what kind of favor is this?
You see, there is an orphanage that is unfortunately being attacked or going to be attacked by a general or from some of the people from the Fire Nation do not agree with wanting to accept the other lifestyles. And there's a lot of kids there that don't need to be a part of this, and they could get seriously hurt.
And what is it that you would like me to do?
Is there Does anybody else see Enya like going over? Because I feel like this part, like Enya does not necessarily know what to ask. She just full fledged, just jump. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life.
Canron
Josh, how far
does not
away?
approach, but does give like a thumbs up.
You're all within earshot, probably.
Well, this is where like Enya's starting to get really nervous and clammy and shaky and
Look, if
doesn't.
you're gonna ask me for any sort of political influence help, anything like that, or to talk to my brother, things, I apologize, but you've wasted a trip. I have renounced my titles and claims to anything. Um, so honestly, Sozin would not like to see me at all. Um, but yeah, I'm afraid, but I cannot help you in anything related to that.
Like it's children's lives.
And I
Like
understand that, but I don't have any influence anymore. I don't have any power left in the Fire Nation.
it doesn't necessarily matter. Excuse me, princess, but it doesn't necessarily matter if you have. It doesn't necessarily matter if you have power or not. Many people do not have much power in this world. They can cause a change for good, and I I understand that you don't think that you have as much influence as you say you do, but again, I'm gonna ask. It's children's lives. Wouldn't you want to help
Well,
someone who is in need?
like I said, I cannot help you, but you know, if you were to talk to Sozin directly, I know that he's very much into helping the less fortunate and the poor currently. I think it's for show, but anyway, you might be able to convince him to do something if you spun that angle, sort of children and that they have nowhere else to go, kind of thing. Or you know, if you're willing to help me, sort of take down the Fire Nation political hierarchy sort of thing, and just everyone be on a more spiritual path. I could probably help with that. But if you're just trying to affect the political stance immediately, then there's nothing else I can really do.
So for clarity, Kinran hears her say, I've renounced my titles and power because I don't believe in what the establishment is doing, and I would like to take down that establishment.
Correct.
Kinran gets on one knee and proposes on the spot.
All right. Do me a favor and roll with
No,
harmony.
no.
Just do me a favor and roll with harmony.
No, let me do bits!
Yeah, roll with harmony.
No!
I feel like because this is literally happening right next to Enya, Enya's trying to be like, no, get, come, no, leave from the princess.
No, Kinran just wants to volunteer to help, and I can't make jokes.
Consequences.
What'd you get?
9 + 2, 11.
You immediately notice that Ryoshan, who was teaching the chi blocking, shoot daggers at you, fully much going to be killing you upon your one knee situation if this isn't a joke.
Yeah, no, fully not getting on a knee. No. But Kinran is very on board with taking down the political structure and being like, hey, I shouldn't say anything because I will make it worse and I might be attacked. But I'm very on board with taking down the Fire Nation political structure that is seemingly the root cause of shutting down and terrorizing orphanages. So if one of you could voice that for me, that would be great. And if there's anything that you think we shouldn't do, I'll voice that opinion, so that everyone around here thinks that's a horrible bad idea.
Rourke, you're charismatic.
You know what? I sure am.
Kinran is having flashbacks to last night of just stand-up comedy practice. It's like,
I'm sorry, who are you trying to convince?
basically just trying to put out there to the princess that yes, very much want to take down the Fire Nation political structure, but also would love to not be attacked.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I feel like because Enya knows, I'm assuming Enya knows the decorum with addressing. Well, I guess Enya also kind of just ruined that by going straight up to the princess. But never mind.
All right.
Well, Rorik can help somehow.
Or can you tell her that we would be on board, or at least I would be on board with taking down the Fire Nation political structure?
Sure. And then Rorik tells her Kinran wants to take down the Fire Nation political structure.
Karen's just fully doing that How to Train Your Dragon meme, where she's like,
Princess, I think too, this goes beyond. It's my orphanage. Like, I grew up there, I live there, but it's far more than just the orphanage or whatever you said about the poor when you said we should appeal to the Fire Lord. If you want to affect change, it sounds like from everything they've said, they want to cut off the Fire Nation from everything. You're cutting off all of that connection at the knees if you get rid of the ambassador.
That is a very good point. I do have some allies still within the main sort of generals and stuff. Here she walks off, goes over to like Ryoshin. They talk for a little bit, and she comes back and hands you a coin that she has. Uh, I'm not sure who this would still apply to, but if you show this to uh, one or two of the Fire Nation generals, if you can figure out which side they're on, they might be able to help you more than I can, since I'm most likely not going to be welcome anywhere on Fire Nation soil right now.
You're not
One
gonna
of
be
them
welcome
is
in your home.
named Jace, right?
Oh, Jay. Oh, I mean, Jace was a very good friend of mine, and he helped me get out here.
Is
How-
that why he was killed?
What?
Oh no.
Maybe.
Okay, what? Hey, quick question. Would I know, Jace?
Yeah.
Do I know of this?
You know that he's dead.
Oh, Joshua, why?
He was dead long before. He was no, well, not dead long before. But yeah, no. You know that name.
Okay.
Jace is the only name I've seen in just writings at Star Terra of whatever, something called the Guiding Wind.
Yes, the Guiding Wind is a air nomad faction that I myself have been in contact with. Uh, if Jace has been killed, all right, I'll make a deal with you. Here we go. Jace should have been working with someone else inside of the Fire Nation. It wouldn't have just been him. So find whoever that is, give them that coin. In 2 weeks, I will do my best to convince anyone I can in the Guiding Wind and someone to come with me to uh, upheave the Fire Nation political structure, along with the few who have already sort of abandoned their wealth and such. And I will assist you in whatever you need. But you have to give me 2 weeks.
We'll need 2 weeks to find this person anyway, so that works.
Right.
Do you have any leads on where we should start?
No, I don't know where anyone would be hiding. I guess wherever Jace last was. Like I said, oh, you could probably ask General Oraso some things. Maybe she might know. Or, like I said, you might be able to delay a little bit if you were able to talk directly to my brother about what's going on.
Well, it's a start. Thank you, Princess.
Of course. And she goes back to. Oh,
Could I?
Yeah.
Could I speak to you in private while Could I speak to you in private for a moment, Princess?
oh, sure, absolutely.
So we just go off somewhere private.
Yeah, you just head off somewhere private.
Great. First of all, I'm very sorry for the loss of your friend. It's lovely to meet you. I feel that you might understand what I'm going through better than others, and you might be able to give me some perspective. You have left the place that you call home for your entire life because you disagreed with how the established hierarchy was handling something. But you still love the Fire Nation, don't you? Which is why you're trying to fix it, help it.
Well, I love all the citizens of the Fire Nation. Yes.
Yes. Um, but you feel like the Fire Nation is hurting itself with the direction that it's going.
Yes, I would say so.
How how would you go about letting them know that you still love them, even if you disagree with their course of action? How would you let them know that you want to help them and you want them to be safe and well and happy, and that you feel like they are hurtling towards disaster?
No, I don't know if I'm the best person to ask this. I
I
mean,
can't think of anyone else that is as close to my position as you are right now.
I guess just using your actions, I suppose. Just showing them what you mean. I mean, many in the Fire Nation thought that what I talked about in terms of being more spiritual and letting go of material wealth was all just political move. But then when I left and renounced all my titles and such, they all some of them started to come around and such. So I would say just sort of your own actions.
Okay, thank you. This has been a good insight, and you plan on staying here?
For a little bit, yes, I do. Like I said, in 2 weeks, I'll be able to rally the people I know and be able to get the Fire Nation and help out.
May this place treat you well and welcome you with open arms. And Kenren's gonna go off.
Okay. Uh,
Kenren's not gonna go back to her friends right away. No, I am. I'm gonna say there's something I have to do. I think we should rest here for the night. There's something that I have to address, and I think it's better if I do that on my own. Please make yourselves at home, and again, don't tell anyone you're here with me, and they will treat you as welcome guests. And can I go to the room where I slashed the tapestries?
yep. You head over there. You see that they've been mostly repaired. There, of course, some irreparable damage, but they've repaired as much as they could.
Uh, Kenren takes off some of her arm wrapping, and it's just kind of scars of the tapestry, scars on Kenren. And I think Kenren is going to leave a scroll of some air nomadic poetry, just something as sort of a I'm sorry for harming this place. Let me bring something kind, something soft, something beautiful back to it.
All right. Uh, Move one on your destiny track or one of those ticks. And
Which way?
uh, it's the destiny track, so it doesn't move one way or the other. It's
Oh,
the
just
specified.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
as you do that, um, and I guess nighttime falls. Everyone knew that they were with Kianran, as everyone saw you all come in with Kianran. So, it's not hostile. No one's hostile towards you, but like, it is sort of like a. Oh, yes.
Will they warm up to me if I tell them some jokes?
Roll for either harmony or creativity.
Definitely not hard. They're 9.
Most of them warm up to you. Not all of them. Some of them don't understand your jokes like Kienren, but a lot of them do understand your jokes. There's one younger air nomad there who is just uproariously laughing.
Yes.
Could I attempt to help by like being that fake audience member of like, yay, these are so funny, ah ha ha ha.
I'm gonna say yes because that's a hilarious way to get fatigue.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, you mark one fatigue, and now then it's every single person is like all on board. Everyone is
Canonically,
laughing.
it's fatiguing for you to laugh at Rorik's jokes.
No.
Canonically.
So as
Rorik
Kienren
is so
exits
funny.
from whatever they're doing, they're just hearing a bunch of laughter and just seeing Rorik on like a stage, sort of set up as they're just telling the jokes that Kienren's already heard and not understood.
Kenren gives a shaky breath and wipes a tear away and rebandages her arm and is just having a peaceful moment in the distance watching the people she loves smile and laugh thanks to her new friends.
Stand-up comedy routine ends really well. The young air nomad walks up, introduces themselves. Oh, that was wonderful. It was so good. Thank you. If there's anything you need, just let me know. And you see, he does like a little air. Usually, I just do for comedy. I just do some air tricks, and you see like he swirls his finger around and like sends a couple of the air nomads sideways, like off a bridge where they splash into the water. See, well, I usually just pull pranks.
Whoa, tell me more.
Well, first off, my name is Gyatso. What's your name?
Rorik.
Oh, it's wonderful to meet you, Rourke. And then you just goes off on a whole thing about the different pranks that you can pull.
Yes.
I want
What
Zay to
now?
try to make
Huh?
a ball as
His
well
name
out
is
of Earth.
Gyatso?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Monk Gyatso was around when Roku was learning his airbending, so presumably because this is long after that, Gyatso's still
I
around
know
for
that.
sure.
You.
Gyatso is quite the prankster. Anyway,
You.
so yeah, Zay makes an earth ball. You said.
Yeah. And then just gently rolls it at Kienren.
It does that thing where it like slowly hits Kenren beat. Kenren takes the dive, full commits to falling over.
Zay just goes, woo!
All right, this goes on
We've
for a
made
little
a
bit.
complete pendulum swing away from Bummer to woo!
So yeah, all that goes on. You spend the rest of the day, I guess, however long before you head back to Star Terra.
Well, wait, weren't we gonna rest here?
Yeah, wasn't it like a day and a half?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, so y'all rest for the night, get food.
I would like to get rid of the one fatigue that I got for
Yeah,
laughing.
you can clear the fatigues and such.
That was my plan all along.
I also have to.
Kenren is going to
get
sleep
out of here
with
in my
the
phone.
one.
Oh yeah, I've been keeping track of them. So
Kenren is going to sleep with the one residents of the air temple that still like her, which are the bison.
wonderful. Yes, Morgan.
Megan was saying something.
Yeah, no, Megan said that she has to dip out in like 5 minutes.
Sick.
Okay.
We're running out of time. So you hang out with the Bison. You spend the day having fun. You rest up, and as you head off on Bison with Star Terra in sight at some point, you see yet again it seems to be vacant, and you can hear the sound of marching off in the distance, like not super close, but on its way. And that's where we fade to black. And we shall end this session
Oh no!
as we
Gosh,
head
so
next
could
time.
you?
You took days!
Ah!
Anyway, thanks for watching Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes. Once again, my name is Josh. Thank you to my friends Oz, Morgan, Cass, and Megan for joining. Oz, send us out.
Howdy! Be sure to hit that like button and click that bell for notifications. Subscribe for more content and comment down below bits that you want to see in Rorik's stand-up comedy routine.
All right, bye.
Bye!
All right.
No more cliffhangers. I want answers.
Only answers.
It's like OnlyFans, but it's
Subscribe to my
Wait, when did
OnlyFans
that
for only
go?
the answers.
How much per month? How much?
I'm gonna say $5 a month. I'm gonna say it's free, but every answer is
It's per
behind it.
post.
Yeah, so $5 per answer, and you get to pick and choose which answers you get. Yeah.
Rorik's backstory. Rorik's backstory. Rorik's backstory.
I have questions.
Slams down credit card.
Do they know that Santa isn't real? What? Santa isn't what? No, it's fine. Santa isn't really going to be here later because it's July.
Because he's busy.
It's the middle of
Because it's
June.
July.
Yeah.
Do we have that calendar here?
No.
Julius Caesar canon and Avatar?
We don't have that calendar, nor do we have Santa.
Right.
We do now. Santa's canon.
No, I don't think they have any holidays whatsoever in Avatar because I can't remember a single person mentioning any holiday.
Cameron is gonna kneel down and invent fucking Christmas for these kids.
I feel like they just have the festivals, but like related to their towns
Yeah.
or like their culture, not like
Yeah.
We're going. We're
Big
inventing
holiday.
Christmas.
For just the Fire Nation?
Nope.
Fire Nation Christmas.
We're gonna spread it.
Fire
And these
Nation.
kids are going to the Earth Kingdom, so it's gonna spread to there. This is great. We got this. We're going.
This is the exact political climate that's being fought against. Just on your way there.
I mean, I
crush
would be
Zay's
sad
dreams.
if this place gets blown up.
Children evacuate. We have to make Zay sad.
Oh god.
I don't say that. Cameron does not say that. Not canon. Josh, cut this from the episode.
Who needs dice in a role-playing game? Actually,
We do.
I want to get Wander Home so badly. The game with no DM and no dice. It's you just tell a story about people trying to find a home.
I would love to do that.
Interesting.